Hello and welcome to Kindred Academy, the show that deals with all things Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. I'm Peter.
And I'm Carlos, and on today's lesson, Clan Tremere.
So Clan Tremere, also known as Warlocks or Usurpers, are a clan of secrets and magic and mystery, and they have quite a extensive and convoluted history.
Yeah, and this is a clan that is very difficult to discuss without actually going into their history and the lore. So, unlike all other clans that we have presented, pretty much every other clan that we're presenting in V5, this is a clan that does not come from the olden days before or at the beginning with mankind. They were sort of established in the year 1022, and it all goes back to this mage. So this is a tie-in of the old 20th anniversary and previous editions of the game with other games that were produced in the same universe. And Tremere was originally a mage of the House of Tremere, a house that was founded because of him, a great, powerful mage for the Order of Hermes, one of the traditions in that game. Now, this is a powerful wizard that is coming to an age. He's becoming old. He sees death looming in, and he says, with all this power, how can I not defeat death? So one of his disciples, Goratrix, decides to embark on a ritual using other kindred and their blood, especially from a clan Shemisk, but also from the Gangrel and the Nosferatu. And they deceive, and they create this ritual so Tremere and his 7 disciples can pretty much turn themselves into immortals. By doing so, they lose all connection to their magic, and they have to develop a new type of magic, thaumaturgy, the power of blood sorcery. Now, that makes them a low clan during the Dark Ages, and at best, contenders for something horrendous. There's the War of Omens against the Gangrel and the Nosferatu and the Shemisk. The whole specialized extermination of a greater clan, the Salubri, just so they can rank up into kindred society and having a sort of antediluvian, a 3rd generation kindred there. Like, it's very convoluted, and there is always power plays. They have suffered a lot of change from the power of their blood to the abilities to enforce their will on others.
So like all clans, Clan Tremere of course have a number of gifts, and one of those is the discipline of Auspex, and in this case it enables them to do things we'd often associate with warlocks in terms of being able to see beyond the veil of the normal, whether that is to spot sneaky Nosferatu watching from the shadows, or whether to be able to see ghosts or other supernatural entities or manifestations of magic, and to be able to scry on others.
But probably the staple discipline, the defining discipline of the Tremere is going to be blood sorcery, formerly known as thaumaturgy, and having several paths. Right now it is the discipline that deals directly with the blood, specifically the power that comes from and with and through the blood, from recognizing whose blood is that and who does it belong to, the abilities or who they are, to pretty much fitting from a distance, making blood go all the way to them. There are other powers of blood sorcery in the new 5th edition, but blood sorcery is not a power that comes on its own. It comes with rituals, which are separate, longer term. It's not an initiation of using your power to fuel a discipline like you would do with celerity or potence. No, this is rituals. This is taking time, making everything fall into place, taking the steps, saying the words, having the materials to actually perform blood sorcery.
Historically, Clan Tremere were one with a rigid clan structure from top to bottom, the pyramid, and their 3rd discipline is that of dominate, the power to control, and also ties into the ability of a magician or a wizard of some sort to be able to dominate the will of others with the power of their own.
And this ties to their clan Bane. So in 5th edition, the clan Bane differs from the Bane in previous editions. So historically, and for games occurring before 2008, which is where the main chantry of Clan Tremere falls to the Second Inquisition, and probably 2012 with Karna. If you read the lore, you will know, but at some point the Tremere themselves try to cut those ties from the pyramid. At the beginning, the old Clan Vane dealt with every kindred in Clan Tremere. Every member would have one step towards a blood bond with the ruling circle, the inner circle of their clan, allowing for a sort of a one-strike policy. If you screw up once, you drink for a second time, and if you do it a second, if you screw up again, then you're completely bound and you lose your will.
So in modern Knights, now the pyramid has been shattered and divided into smaller groups from a clan that were always starting on the path of being bloodbound. Now that clan cannot blood bond others at all. So you will never, as a Tremere, be able to get another kindred bound to you by the power of your blood. In addition to that, if you want to bind a mortal to you as a ghoul, it will take an additional number of drinks relating to your Bane severity. So it's kind of flipped the whole thing on its head from what it was.
Yeah, basically, at the beginning, the Tremere were forced to drink on the blood of their elders, but by rebelling at some point and breaking the shackles that bound them, they made that sort of potency of the blood that will tie them disappear. But that would cascade down towards the pyramid, and of course they themselves will lose it. And the different houses that have been formed after the shattering and after those rituals have created a somewhat decentralized vision of the clan.
So you may be listening to all of this and thinking, yeah, okay, I'd like to try playing someone from Clan Tremere, but I'm not quite sure what character I want to play. So we're going to suggest to you a couple of ideas that we've had that might help. And of course, in addition to that, there are those in the core book we'd always recommend you check out as well. So the first one we want to talk about is based on a cool concept idea. And this is the idea of a Tremere detective. So this is a character who is going to use their powers of Auspex to be able to survey scenes of a crime or a breach of the masquerade or something like that for clues. It may also be that they will have ultimately things like Spirit's Touch, where they can check, literally who has held these objects, these murder weapons, who has been in these places. And also that of blood sorcery, with those powers and those rituals that enable you to analyze blood that has been left in a scene and determine who it belonged to, what their name is, what their clan is, and so on and so forth. Trilby's and third-person narrative is optional.
Also, it is interesting that they would still have access to dominate, so they could use it to interrogate people and perform those kind of...
Yeah, and they can certainly use it to cover up things that have been done after the event. And most likely a character like this, unless they were deliberately investigating clan issues, would probably be someone that the clan had put on loan to the prince or some other figure of authority within that place.
Yeah, going into the cool concept direction as well, but a completely different take would be that of a double agent. And when I mean double agent is someone who was a hunter or used to belong to a hunter society, be it the Society of Saint Leopold, the very same Second Inquisition that has been trying to destroy Kindred all over, whatever, anything you and your storyteller can come up with. But this character, being either a part or associated directly with them, went into deep cover, undercover work at its utmost. And while being undercover, having their identity completely separated from them, the Tremere embraced them. Why the Tremere? This is a concept you can use for any clan, but the Tremere is the one that has suffered the most in recent nights because of the Second Inquisition and hunters of Kindred. So having a character that has potentially dual loyalties or a very strong loyalty to who they were, but find themselves being the very thing they were trained to destroy, might be a very interesting mix.
Yeah, I mean, it's full of angst and
yeah.
terror, and your storyteller will love you for it. So these are examples that we've given you, but we would like to hear about your ideas.
And that is this week's homework. Leave in the comments below your ideas for Tremere characters you have played or you would like to play. Also, leave your thoughts on what do you think with the lore and relating the division of the houses, Goratrix, Karna, House Tremere, the change of the Bane, the Clan Bane. How would you play the old edition Clan Bane into 5th edition? And your thoughts in general about the clan. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we will see you on the next lesson. Bye.
Bye. Clan that deal in magic and secrets and who knows, Jaffa cakes.